everyone! Welcome to my channel Balige Academy. In this video, I would like to give you a short description of my new book with title Full Source Code: The Complete Guide to Learning PostgreSQL and Data Science with Python GUI. In this project, we provide you with the PostgreSQL version of SQLite sample database named chinook. The chinook sample database is a good database for practicing with SQL, especially PostgreSQL. The sample database consists of 11 tables. The employee table stores employees' data such as employee ID, last name, first name, and etc. It also has a field name reports to specify who reports to whom. Customers table store customers data. Invoices and invoice item tables. These two tables store invoice data. The invoice table stores invoice header data, and the invoice items table stores the invoice line items data. The artist table stores artist data. It is a simple table that contains only the artist ID and name. The album table stores data about a list of tracks. Each album belongs to one artist. However, one artist may have multiple albums. The media type table stores media types such as MPEG audio and AAC audio files. Genre table stores music types such as rock, jazz, metal, and etc. The track table stores the data of songs. Each track belongs to one album, playlist, and playlist track tables. The playlist table stores data about playlist. Each playlist contains a list of tracks. Each track may belong to multiple playlists. The relationship between playlist table and track table is many to many. The playlist track table is used to reflect this relationship. In this project, you will write Python script to create every table and insert rows of data into each of them. You will develop GUI with PyQt5 to each table in the database. You will also create GUI to plot case distribution of order date by year, quarter, month, week, and day. The distribution of amount by year, quarter, month, week, day, and hour. The bottom or top 10 cells by employee, by customers, by artist, by genre, by playlist, by customer city, the payment amount by month with mean the EWM, the average payment about by every month and every payment in all years. You can buy this book in Amazon with Kindle version and paperback version. With price $34.99 US. In this entity relationship diagram, you can find 11 tables: employee, customer, invoice, album, invoice item, track, artist, playlist track, playlist, genre, media type. Customer table uses support rep ID as a foreign key to connect to employee table, while invoice table uses customer ID as a foreign key to connect to customer table. Invoice item table use invoice ID to connect to invoice table and use track ID to connect to track table. Track table uses album ID to connect to album table. Use media type ID to connect to media type table and use genre ID to connect to genre table. Meanwhile, track ID in the playlist track table is used to connect to track table. And playlist ID is used to connect to playlist table. And now we open Spider Development Editor. This is the source code in the book. It consists of about 5,000 lines of code. And if you run the code, you find three tabs in the graphical user interface. And you can run the code. You can find three tabs in the GUI. User can choose the full name of employee to find the query results display in the table widgets. User also can choose employee ID to find the query results display on the table widget. In the employee panel, user can click chart button to find the case distribution of top 5 employee city and employee country. In customer panel, user also can choose customer ID and customer full name to see the query result displayed on table widget. User also can click chart button to see the case distribution of top top 10 customer city and customer country. In invoice panel, user can choose invoice ID and customer ID to see the query results displayed on table widget. User also can click chart button to see the case distribution of top 10 invoice city and invoice country. In the second tab, you will find artist panel. To choose artist ID and artist name, and the query results will display it on the table widget. They also applied on album panel, genre panel, playlist panel, and media type panel. In the track panel, user can choose track ID and track name to in the track panel, user can choose track ID and track name to find the query result display on the table widget. If you click the chart button on the track panel, you will find the case distribution of top 10 track name. In the last step, user can choose invoice ID and invoice item ID to see the query result display on the table widget and on text widget. As time series visualization for data science, user can click the combo box to see the case distribution of invoice date by year, by quarter, by month, by week, and by day. And user can see the total payment amount by year, by quarter, by month, by week, and by day. User can also see the bottom and top 10 sales by employee, by artist, by customer, by album title, by media type, by genre, by country, and by city. User can also see the average amount by month, by every month, by June 2013, by over year 2011, 12, and by all years. If you find this book interesting and useful for you, you can find the book in Amazon KDP and Google Playbook. Thank you for watching this video. Horace from Balige, North Sumatra.